waiting on me. These qualms and these quandaries cast blindly aside, condemned by our stupidity. The light, the dark, the symmetry, unite this fragile trinity. Take me back in time, prelude to the past, to the end we climb. The first follows the last. Every barrier, trip every trap, protection my penance to you. Time's trembling threads are just waiting to snap, tight ropes to carry us through. I went from white to black to gray, over the course I lost my way. Take me back in time, prelude to the past, to the end we climb. The first follows the last. How long do we hold now? So far from the end. The road to the future now, it breaks and it bends. So take me back in time, prelude to the past, to the end we climb. The first follows the last. Take me back in time, prelude to the past, to the end we climb. The first follows the last. Don't you wait to come back, 'cause that may be the last thing you ever do right. You worry about how it always sounds so long ago. You can't see it starting over again.
Welcome, exiles. Today we're gonna finish our 24 white maps for the 100 maps challenge to see like what's more profitable. We still have white maps as a test, and then we're gonna see like the white maps are mostly because we wanna see are we gonna get same amount of seeds or not. That's kind of the deal with white maps, and we wanna see if it's more or less. I think probably somebody already tested that, but I kind of want to test that for myself. As far as I read on the internet, they say it doesn't matter if it's white map or it's alked or anything, so we're just gonna run them like this. We have excellent snacks running in the background, so we can see the amount of things that are dropping. Seeds are gonna be most of the profit, so we'll see. And with the juice up variant, we actually made most of the profit. Like, it was better than just running Alk and Go, which is kind of expected, I guess. And we're just gonna run a bit of alvas because we did that with the other test. Since they have a whole bunch of alvas, I don't think it's gonna skew up the results. So it should be just fine. And we also have we have to make some items after we finish this. I'm kind of really low ES here, and I want to fix that and get ailment immunity. So we're just gonna do that after we finish the challenge. And I don't think I'm gonna run actually 100 maps because it's kind of enough. We have the Alkingo, the white maps, and the juiced up variant. We could juice them up even further, but I think I'm gonna test that out with a tier 16 map once I finish crafting the gear, just to see like what's the income there. It's obviously not gonna be the same map, but kind of want higher tier map because I want to try if I can drop crafting bases with ivory watchstones, so that's kind of another thing to try out. And I just realized that my Pod of Exile is muted, so just add some pops, some sounds to make it more fun. I mean, we're running Herald of Ice, we should have some sounds. I think this song is way too like chilled out for farming. Unfortunately on Pretzel you cannot set... There's just rock, there's not like metal station, just rock and it's mixed between both, and sometimes it's gonna play something pretty chill. You can try some other like station, maybe. See what we have. So this is like what we are using, and our options are we've been mostly listening to rock station, but as I said, like sometimes it doesn't it plays way too chilled songs. Hype? Pop? Let's try hype, I don't know what that is. We'll see if we like it or not. I don't know. Synthwave is also pretty nice for farming. We're just gonna pop the next map and... Did we do... I don't think I selected Alvas last time. And we weren't really doing any gardening while we were doing this, because that would have taken quite a while to do with everything else, and probably would skew results a bit. And like always, we're sniping stuff if we can help it. Grab some kills. Just gonna really quickly dump this stuff in. So 100 kills. Let's go. Actually grab more. It should be worth a bit more, so we'll make some profit. It's a Elder Stygian. I always kind of really quickly check it because the prices might fluctuate. So it's kind of good to check before you accept, I guess. Let's see what we made. 86. They're like 10 for 80. Like, this guy is dropping the prices for them. So I guess we kind of maybe overpaid, but that guy is never gonna answer you. I guarantee you, because he has 10 of them. That is simply like probably not true. I think I'm gonna go with 1.2 and keep it there. But this guy is dropping the price. He's probably like price fixing. I don't know why he would do that. Parani. So let's do, what did it say, 1.4 maybe? 1.4. It's kind of weird. I thought it would be more profitable, but I guess it's price fixed. And I'm not updating my sniping filter every day. You might get screwed. But this was like 10 hours ago that he posted a whole bunch of them. We did all Cassias in the other test, so we're gonna do it here too. And Delirium.
Let's see what this tower can really do.
Should just build like lightning towers, I guess. Some stun tower. We didn't build anything on this side. I guess some of them are immune to lightning, though it doesn't really matter at all. Really bad layout. I mean, it's in the middle, coming from all sides.
Do not let them reach the purification pump.
Break this thing. I think that's about it.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
As radio impulses are being heard on a rear field telescope on the entire
Your life has been one long lie.
We have a temple ready, that's why we're not getting alvas. Yeah, that's probably it. kind of annoying to go back pick up stuff when there's delirium. And previous league, I never actually picked up anything. I just get the delirium stuff and leave everything else alone.
Just need a moment to
I kind of
catch
don't
my
want to do
breath.
that. Stand around. Just gonna go quickly pick up everything. I think we got the seeds. I don't think we dropped anything here in the beginning. No, we're just gonna exit. Next, actually no, next we need to do the temple. We have, I guess, one tier 3 room, which is pretty trash. Temple. There's like nothing. Sacrificial chamber. Probably like not worth doing. Let's see here. Show investigation. Just for save, like for the mastermind, which I'm not doing. So you're just gonna waste the temple and continue running the maps. I usually look to run it if I have sacrificial chamber level 3 or double corrupt gems, something along those lines. Just press V. I'm gonna. I mean, both of them are increase item rarity drop. I guess we're gonna do that since it's upgrade. In general, I don't know what is going on with this dash. Keeps ping-ponging around. What?
Good job, Exo.
Well, we wasted that one. What is going on? Now it's working. That was completely weird. I don't think I like this station. We're gonna listen to something else. Let's say synthwave or change. Increase monster pack to, I guess I'm gonna do monster pack. That is kind of okay-ish thing to have.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Already used less monsters hiding. Yeah, I think that's all.
Good job, Exo.
I think the drops are basically not being affected by quantity or seeds.
Just in time. Ah, let's go.
Explosive charge, increase monster. I don't think we'll need explosive charge, but I usually do it anyways if I kinda mess up the temple. So that's only if you can't really clean everything up, because then you don't drop the keys, but we are kinda always full clearing the temple. Okay. Maybe not needed. Usually a good idea to open these ones, so you can zigzag in between rooms, and the top ones. These ones are not really needed. That is about it. Let's go. I think we did this. Yep. This is a decent farming music. Let's go. Get temples. Dump everything. Look at just like how many seeds were now. I mean, there were various, but it's like 11, 16, 18, 22 seeds, dude. Like 22 seeds on a white map. So it's complete RNG nonsense. You can't really affect it by quantity, which makes sense and it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Because quantity affects the drops from monsters, and this is technically not a drop from monster. This is a drop from the seed cache. So run white maps that are cheap, I guess, and just waste them. You need seeds, which is what a lot of people have been recommending on YouTube. I kinda don't like that strat, because you're never gonna level up your character if you're just doing that. You're not killing any monsters. Well, on the other hand, you can just do that and then buy a whole bunch of Chayula Bridgestones and level up your character. I don't know. Kind of bit stupid way, but it's probably worth it. Running white maps is actually kind of fine if you don't want to die, if you're afraid of losing XP. It is probably a good way to make sure you don't die. And we're almost gonna level up, though after level 95 it gets a bit sketchy in terms of how much XP you need. I think the highest I got is level 98, I think. I never actually pushed any character to 100. I wanted to last season. I wanted to push my one with nothing gladiator. And we were farming Chayula Bridgestones, but that was a bit expensive and a bit boring, honestly. I think just like if it happens kind of deal is the best way to get to 100. Since you can just run maps, run delve, run anything you want. And if you somehow get to level 100, then congrats, man. If not, well, doesn't matter. But if you just like focus on getting to 100, dude, that's gonna be really bad time. Did we really get this for 5 chaos? Maybe we did. I don't know if anyone cares about those anymore, if any build's actually using them. Because they're now limited to just 2, so they kinda lost in value in my opinion. But yes, we did get it for 5 chaos. That was a disgusting snipe, Exiles. It is worth 1.7x. Yes, this was pretty disgusting. Wait, is like this guy? Hey, we left the party. I guess I kind of wanted to give him more money because it's pretty disgusting to get it for 5C. It's worth 1.7. We'll see once we kind of finish trading. So let's do 1.7. 1.7. If we finish this trade, then I'll whisper the guy. See what he's up to. Am I in party or something, or is this guy not accepting? Current parties. Invite. Yes, I invited him. He has to accept. Do we do Scander boots? I kind of want to craft them. So even if you don't sell them, it's kind of fine. Because I want to get tailwind. Just tailwind boots. Later on. Maybe. I don't know. Is this worth? And put it back on sale. 119, that's like what it was. $219. Just gonna leave the party. There we go. Where's the item? How much should we give him for this thing? Icebergs? Maybe 50C? I don't know.
ready to revisit the
Two
past.
bridgestones, monster hunter temple. I don't know. I don't want bridgestones, dude. I'm just gonna
Let's go.
convert it to the other room. I care more about increasing the strength of monsters and getting random rooms because I don't have my Alva on max yet.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Actually, doesn't matter. I already have the hideout that I wanted to, but it's kind of really hard to get her to level 7 because of the RNG nature of rooms that are spawning. So if you want some specific hideout that uses Alva decorations, well, you are not in luck, dudes. I was grinding them last season and I couldn't really get one of the hideouts that I wanted because it required level 7. So I opted to use the hideout that we're using today. That is with Alpha level 6. It can work. I don't think those like jewels, they were like when the season started they were 8 exals because I guess some builds were still using them, but I don't think anyone is using those jewels anymore, like split personalities. But still, people don't know how to price them. So that's why we are sniping them. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Saron 2304. Is are you the guy that's with me in a party? I guess there's a lag between me saying something. It's kind of a bit annoying. Okay, I'm just gonna give you a quick showcase on how to price it. So I'm using the Awaken POE trade, that's how the app is called, and if I press Ctrl D, it's gonna pop up this and it's gonna tell you, hey, it's 5 chaos, but technically it's not 5 chaos. Since the split personalities can roll dexterity, intelligence, accuracy, and a whole bunch of stuff. And there are 2 combinations that are actually worth something: intelligence and energy shield, and you select both of those stats, and you can see it's worth 1.7x. The other combination is dexterity life, but that one is actually pretty cheap, I think, now, because nobody's using that. And these ones are also going down in price by the day. They were 8x in the beginning of the league, now they are 1.7, and I don't think I'm gonna sell it for 1.7. It's probably gonna be less. If I wanna get rid of it, I should probably set it for 1.6. So that's why I said, like, you gave me this for 5C, it's way too little. So I wanted to give you some tip on how to price it and give you some additional currency to make your day, I guess. You can get something for that instead of getting 5 chaos and getting screwed. So definitely price check the specific stats on items. That is one tip. And if you're price checking things like influenced item bases, you also have to, like this one, it's gonna say on some item bases it's gonna say like it's worth 1.9x, but on some it doesn't say. So if you drop some like higher tier item level 84 elder shaper thing, probably not a chest piece because that needs a 6 link, but any other thing, you just select this stuff and select a specific base, and like this one is kind of 1.2x there, 1.3. Somebody was price fixing it a while back, but now it's kind of fine, so I can sell it for what am I selling it for? 1.4. I guess that is okay. So that's how you price check it. And if you don't have the tool yet, it's Awakened POE trade. It's like what we are using. I'm just gonna give you the link, so you don't get screwed by people who are sniping like me. I would pay for that. Like my max limit is, I think, 100 chaos, so I'm kind of willing to wait a bit longer to sell it, because it's not gonna sell today, it might sell tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. I'm kind of willing to wait a bit more than other people, but giving it to me for 5 kills seemed like a really terrible thing to do, so I didn't want to leave you hanging, and so that's the deal. Always like check the specific stats. If you drop, for instance, a Watcher's Eye are kind of a good example. This is a good example of unique items that are all different stats. So price check the specific stats and specific combination of stats to see if they are worth more. Also, you can price check, let's say, like if it's a good unique. For instance, like this Caspri, which is used in custom crit build, you can check the specific stats, like increase them to what you have. That way you can see if like well rolled with better rolls, if they're more expensive. So that is also additional tip for price checking them. And there's also a video on how to value items on my YouTube channel, which is the same like Mirror Plays. So you can check that out if you want additional information. Though it's like for absolute beginners, doesn't even show you this Awakened POE trade. It just like explains to you how items, why some items are more valuable than the other ones, and explains like this item and item bases, how you can figure out how much they are worth. So, and the thing that we're doing today, we're kind of trying to figure out if it's more worth to run white maps, Alk and Go, basically just Alk them, or to add up additional juice. And this is like third day of testing that, so we're almost done with that. We were doing like, I call this mid juice because it's like I bought the cheapest scarabs that I could find on trade site, and we ended up with profit of well, when you subtract everything, of 713 cows by running 24 maps, which was pretty good. And for Alk and Go, we ended up with a profit of 417, so it made like pretty good sense to actually juice them up if you're kind of just running. I mean, this takes way less time to set up, so it's iffy if it's more profitable or not. And we're just doing white maps today to have a baseline. So yeah, that's how it's going. Let me see. Thank you so much, bro. I will use the macro on that way. Yeah, no problem. I kind of scammed you. You gave me 1x of profit there. So I felt really bad for doing that, so I had to like tell you to use the macro. And if you have some questions anytime, like I'm willing to chat with guys when I'm doing the maps or anything, so stop by, ask any question you have. It's kinda... Okay. So if you have some questions, feel free to ask them. I'm happy to chat, as long as I'm not doing something that requires my concentration. Usually when I'm mapping, I'm kinda happy to chat with people, since it's kinda boring to just run maps and do nothing else. Can definitely do that. Okay, we're gonna actually try to run Alvas in the middle of this. Hopefully it's gonna be okay, because every Alva that you run, especially ones that are near the end region, we're gonna upgrade the thing. Near the end of the region are gonna increase the drops. What is this? Torments. Yes, we're gonna kill this guy, doesn't matter. So the more monsters you kill near the end of the map, the more things drop from the delirium. And I don't know, like, why is this... Actually, no, that's not the delirium counter, this is the other counter. Okay. For now I don't have more questions, thanks so much. Okay. Have a nice time, Exile. always hate entering the Alba in the middle of Delirium. The only build that was kinda chestful of currency, critical is critical. I guess we're gonna do currency. The only build that could stand in that was like Herald Stacker that I had previous season. And some like really high ES builds probably can do it, but if you juice up the maps with the Delirium, well, that's gonna be a fun time. I didn't kill the thing. I didn't. They're a bit more reapy compared to when you don't have Delirium. That's why I thought I actually finished the wall already, but I didn't.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
I think that's all. Go out. I wonder if I open this during the Delirium if it's gonna give more seeds, but probably not. Pretty juicy. Chest full of... Yeah, we want that. Game Cutter's Workshop. That is like really good to have. Because if you upgrade it further, you can sacrifice a gem and get double corrupted 23, 21 gems. I mean 21, 23, kind of more there. Because 21 level, 23 quality. There's not 23 item level. Not item level, but level gems. That doesn't exist. Nice. We did push it quite far this time around because we had Alvas, which is always good for the Delirium. We got quite a few gilded ones, so this is going to skew up our results by a long shot. Because these things like gilded are worth 21, rusted. Where's the gilded? Actually, they're Pirandas, so like this one is gonna kind of skew up the results a bit, but I think we dropped something that's also expensive. But mostly we're looking at seeds this time around, so it doesn't matter. Like that's the most important thing that I want to see. I don't think that base is good. Not gonna even try to ID it. Overgrown swine. I don't think we dropped anything.
Just need a moment.
Maybe
to
we
catch my
did in the
breath.
beginning. I'm not like 100% sure. We didn't. It's fine. Next, let's pop the next beach map.
Welcome.
Definitely
see you again.
gonna see some jump in profit with this. Delirium was pretty nice.
Welcome.
So once this updates, we'll see. We wanted to kind of keep it
Now that was
like
satisfying.
100% scientific. We probably should not be doing Delirium, but that's really wasteful. Heals, contagious. Well, let's heal them, I guess. That's kind of fine as long as I start killing something. That was a nice pop. Close corridors, really good for explosions.
Just in time. Let's go.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Good job.
That's probably not worth anything. Sometimes the boss wants to run away from you for some reason. I guess he's afraid of us.
Just in time. Time to go.
This is not gonna be good temple. That didn't get any good rooms.
Good job.
Nope.
Welcome.
I don't care about selling 3 kills item.
Fate will find you.
Our income is actually pretty good considering we're just running white maps. Though we did drop a whole bunch of scarabs, that's why it went up. Anyways guys, I have to do a quick phone call and grab some water while I'm at it, so be right back. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. Got some phone call. It took a bit longer than I thought it would be. Anyways, what are we doing? Let's see. We have. Let me see. There's a split personality that we got a bit earlier. It might work out. I don't know how long it was. Okay. Let's continue. I think we are kind of the lowest price, probably still. Let me see, 1.6. Yeah, we're kind of lowest price, so somebody will whisper at some point. I think we cleared this map. I'm not like 100% sure. Yeah, we did. Okay, we'll continue. We have like some June missions. I'm usually running those. And our profit per hour went down because I was AFK. Let me see. So we need to run 13 maps, 14, counting this one. And then we'll compare the
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
The profits.
Time for me to clean up yet another of your mess. Flesh can be bound and shackled, but faith will persevere in the end.
Richie, can we rank him up? Yes, we can.
Death is simply the way of this land. You've made your
Remove all
show
rivalries in the syndicate.
I
That's
submit
almost
and entreat
something that you never want to do.
in exchange for my life.
And that's not a lot of intelligence, but we're gonna imprison him. We don't want to somehow get him there, or actually her there. That would be what we want to do. But we'll try that. We'll see if it happens.
Do you think that I would crumble in that prison? Don't. My ancestors lock me centuries.
Just Haku?
I know my histories. You I know my histories. You take your prize and go.
Blessings. Settle in.
All that time in the darkness has only made me hate you more.
No more prison.
You are a bloodthirsty little beast, aren't you? I almost admire it. I think if I called your bluff, I'd wind up dead. So instead, I offer you this.
Let's see.
Knowledge.
Betrayal.
Knowledge of all I have
Green.
learned in my post
Cartographer,
here.
scarabs, so we're gonna interrogate her.
I'll only tell you what I want to tell you.
I think we have VSync on. Let's disable VSync. I'm gonna cap it in 120. I think that's what I was usually running. It feels a bit more smoother to run it like that. I don't think it's actually doing anything. Save. There we go. It's not gonna go into 200 or something ridiculous, but it's still kinda better. It feels more responsive. Since the dash was feeling a bit weird.
Catch my breath.
It's like main reason to disable VSync, because your movement skills feel a bit sluggish, and yeah, you get better response times. Turns out, Zads, I think maybe 200, 300 milliseconds to input lag. Definitely don't want that in shooters or games like that. It's not like as important in Path of Exile, since you still have to dodge stuff, so it's probably a good idea to turn it off. But still, not as important. By the way, how are we doing on Conquerors? Okay, I'm probably gonna spawn Cyrus till the end of this. But I also have to do the... like, recraft some items before we go on Cyrus, because last time we failed miserably. Since we didn't have bleed immunity. And that was not a good idea. Since the last phase kind of requires you to remove the bleed. And the reason why we don't have it is because we do have like some ailment avoidance, but not 100% chance. And we have to fix that. And I think we're gonna raise our ES up to 9k or something like that once we finish with the items. Our gear is way too DPS focused, and some of the gear is pretty crap, while the other parts are way too like expensive and are overkill. So it's not really balanced at all. I think I bound... No, I didn't. I usually have dash also on the thumb buttons, but I don't this time around. I don't know why I didn't do that. That makes it a bit more easier kind of handle things. So I usually leave these two open and rebind them to my thumb buttons. So that would be control 4 and control 5, and then just bind dash, and maybe I do have right click cyclone, but maybe like another cyclone, or both of them can be dash, or one can be vortex. Maybe that way I can easily like thumb button and do vortex. That makes more sense, and then that way I can just play with my right hand, and if I want to, per se, drink coffee while I'm playing, I don't have to stop. And that's why I also have cyclone on spacebar, so I can let go of the mouse from time to time. Makes it a bit more, we'll finish this, convenient, if you can just use one hand. Okay, drop this stuff so we see the profits. Let's grab another 5 maps as we were doing. Where's our XP per hour? I think it's worse than it. Actually, we probably should reset it because we were taking the hideout, but still. Maps. That is kind of nice. It's not that like needed at this point, but early in the league, that's really nice to have. didn't clear all the monsters? No. Doesn't matter. I was kind of keep thinking about this. I think I'm gonna do Vortex and Cyclone. That way I can hold both buttons at the same time. That's pretty convenient if you want to spam it. Spam Vortex. And I'm just gonna do right-click dash. Actually, no, let's see. I already have dash. Yeah, it's gonna be right-click dash then. Yep, right-click dash. That's how I played last season too. It's kind of weird, but it's also pretty convenient to have right-click dash. I have to get used to that. And still, like, the best thing to have is spacebar Cyclone. I think that's the best key binding to do for the Cyclone. Spacebar Cyclone, dude, like best key binding. Just leave your hand on spacebar and be done with it. This, I need to move this down. That is pretty terrible. I don't know when would you use that unique.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Okay. Few more maps. Did we spawn a conquer? Yeah, we did.
Judging by the trailer, that's one.
Welcome.
Probably completely useless. Yes, it is.
I have some good news.
That was fun.
Right, that's another beach map. Thought if it was white, I need to move it so I don't accidentally run more maps than I said I would.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
I am the Lord! Strength is the Lord.
Nope. Let's see, stats, global crit multi. Nah. I mean, it is intelligence. Maybe. It is kind of high level intelligence. Let's put it for 1x if somebody is crazy to buy it. I wouldn't.
Hello.
And continuing with the beach maps. We need to run another, how many that is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 4 here, so 10, 11 maps, including this one that we just opened. And another Delirium, which kind of skews the results. Sometimes you get a lot of juicy drops. But we're just like comparing the seeds this time around mostly, so it's kind of okay. And we also got Barn.
I stayed true to my word, Exile. Exile.
The Delirium should pause on Syndicate encounters, but it didn't, like in previous season. I think that they fixed it near the end of the season, but I'm not like 100% sure if that's working correctly or not. We should continue here, killing the monsters that are furthest. Getting better rewards though. They're not like getting anything that interesting. Can kill the boss too. This backtracking with Delirium is usually a bit annoying.
I do not
Gravisis
wish
move
to join my
transportation. Kaku and
ancestors
Gravisis become
just yet,
trusted.
exile. In Namakanui,
No,
our
I don't need
treaties
anything of that.
mandated that an offering of peace be witnessed by a third. I wish for peace.
Let me see,
You choose our witness.
Kaku, Strongbow, Scarab, nah, like nothing there. Just gonna let him go.
Funny what you learn to do while you're dead. Kill me once, shame on you. I was a naughty little boy back in my day. Used to make friends with the rich and proper. Get nice and close to them before killing them and taking everything they had.
The best
Don't
way
make
to
me
take
regret
down
this.
multiple enemies is to strike when they are bound and shackled. But faith will persevere in the end. Death holds no terror for me, exile. It is you who should. I shall stand strong.
It's green.
I'm not
Green.
stupid.
Ooh,
I know what you
Green and
want.
Elizabeth become
I need
rivals.
information. If you'll leave me
That
with it,
is
I can tell you a
pretty
great
juicy.
deal about my crew.
Pretty juicy indeed.
Will be legendary. The hive buzzes with voices, but it is all alone. Welcome. Fate will find you.
Celerin.
Welcome. Fate awaits you.
I stay true to
Come
me.
on, old chap.
Nothing
Put
worth
those
it,
ancestors to
Anne-Marie.
work.
Shut up about.
Are you so desperate to win?
Why these guys getting away from me? I was thinking like, why are they not stopping? That's a lot of syndicate members there. Richie, Max Rank, Vegan.
Death's the only option here, I'm afraid.
I should really make like my own cheat sheet with what I wanna do, because I keep checking this. Vegan, Legion Scarabs, he's really good in intervention if we can do that. But he'll move to transportation if we rank him up. Which is kind of fine, they might swap. Wait,
I will be cruel
didn't
in my
want to do that.
methods.
If you think
Screwed up there. Reen,
Death is not the deterrent it once was.
Reen. Reen is pretty terrible, so we are gonna put her in transportation. That way she doesn't spawn, like, we know she's not good.
It seems clear to me that our failure is due to the machinations of other syndicate members. And were you to let me go, I would make
Nice.
that crystal clear.
I mean, the ranks are
The
not
others here will
important, but Kaku becomes rival, that is good. That is good.
I must confess, I believed. Take your prize and go.
I usually like to draw this out.
Ancestors, but I had the upper hand.
Just more limbs to
Exile.
add to my pile.
Another deal? I choose an honorable.
I just can't.
You honor the way. I choose.
What did we say about Haku? I don't think he's that good. Haku... Yeah, strong war scarab. So Haku,
I choose an honorable.
we're gonna imprison him. And Edith fled. Haku moves Richard. Edith fled become trusted. She's not linked with him, so it's kind of fine as long as we get some links.
We have come to an accord, I think.
I thought the game would crash. We need to rethink our skill tree. It's pretty terrible at the moment. Because my gear doesn't give enough energy shield. Just focused on getting as much damage. Thinking I would have enough ES, but I don't. And the actual gear that has energy shield and all the DPS stuff is really expensive to make or to buy. It's usually upwards of 30 to 50 exalts per item, which is crazy. I mean, maybe it's not. Still,
Just need a moment to
the whole
catch
build
my
would be 300x plus if I wanted to get everything perfect.
Why does it want its friends? It hears words.
That's a lot of research intelligence. I'm not sure because
It hears words it does not understand.
Janus is the leader, and that is
It hears words
pretty
it does
terrible.
not understand. The Lord's nod
And I don't know if 14 is probably not enough to screw it up, but I'm just gonna let her go until I manage to get Janus out of there. The problem is that Janus doesn't have too many links with other members, so he doesn't want to get out of the house. Okay, we have a whole bunch of whale stuff, and we're almost done with the challenge, so we'll see how we do with this. The profit per hour with just white maps is kinda okay, I would say. I mean, it went down a bit because we weren't. This is the Spark. What build it is? It is Custom Crete Ice Nova Assassin. It's still, while I've been working on it for quite a long time, this build is kinda like too crazy in terms of what I wanted to do with it. It's probably should have been way more or less expensive, but I kinda wanted crazy gear that I wanted to craft with Harvest, so I went and made like double influenced chest, double influenced helmet, double influenced shield, and didn't finish crafting them, so they are midway done. They don't have everything they're supposed to have. This one is pretty terrible because it has +2 max res and I cannot craft another ES because of it. This thing needs to be fully recrafted if I want to raise up the energy shield, and I didn't get to that. So at the end, I'm probably gonna craft something that's a bit more tamed and a bit more cheaper, a bit less like nice mods that are cool to have, but I could have had Regalia that has 800 ES for like one tenth of the price of this one, and I would have been better off with it, because I cannot raise my ES any other way. I mean, you have to get ES from the gear, so it's kinda not yet done. It was a life variant, the life variant was kinda okay-ish. I wasn't that happy with it, so we switched to the ES, but we still haven't finished the ES.
Hello.
And I think I'll craft some items after I finish the test with beach maps. The difference with where do you run, if you run white maps versus Alkingo versus some juice. We already did two challenges. This is like white maps today, just as a reference. We did the, I called it mid juice because it's kind of cheap juice that adds a bit more extra to it, and it actually ended up like giving us decent amount of profit, considering how much we didn't invest. And the most currency strategy this league, if you're not bored from that, making a build that can run really fast and just collecting seeds from maps, I think that's probably the most profitable thing to do, and just sell seeds on the POE trade. I know it's kind of boring, but and you're never gonna level up your character that way. That's the thing that I don't like about that strat. But if you want like quick buck, I would say that is probably the easiest way to make currency. Just make some raider, or I think raiders are really fast as a character. Some raider, speedy boy, and just run tier 10 plus maps and collect all the seeds and sell the seeds. It is boring, but it's effective. And the thing that I'm testing today is whether do you get more seeds if you alk the maps or not. I wanted to kind of see that for myself, and I think I kind of read online that it only affects the drops of seeds that you drop from the monsters in the grove. So if you're actually running the garden, then you probably want to juice up the maps. If you're just collecting seeds and nothing else, then it's probably just okay to run it as it is. Just white maps, tier 10 plus. And you can buy, if you run out of the maps, you buy the cheapest map. That was your profit for just white maps? Yes, this is like the profit here. We're still like haven't finished that. We need to run, I don't know how many maps more, but it's gonna be probably actually okay, considering that we're just running white maps. But the juiced variant was actually the most. I tried Alkin Go. It was less. This is probably gonna be even less, but the thing is, it's getting pretty offset by the seeds, because the seeds always drop, regardless if you alk the map or not. So if you're not running the grove, just collecting seeds, then running white maps is kinda okay. Chimera already max rank up. Yes, we rank him up. Reen, we also want to rank her up, and Chimera, just gonna let him go.
Hello.
It is kind of weird that running white maps is a good strat, but it is. It is a good strat. If you just like don't run the expensive maps. If you have maps that are pretty popular and you have them, for instance, I favorited the maps that are most popular, and these are like Iceberg. I have Beach, Iceberg, and Toxic Sur. Like those three maps are really popular. If you're dropping those maps, I think it's kind of better to just sell them off if you have more than 10 pop and buy some cheaper maps, because some maps are dirt cheap and you can buy them in bulk and just run them. The layout might be crappy, but for like the price of one map you can probably run 3 maps of the maps that are not popular. Like the beach map is popular because it's a linear layout that you can run really fast, so that's kind of why. These guys are kind of dodging me or something. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm not rocking the knowledge of them. And just June here. Alki is good for sustain. Yes, that is true.
You will all be buried down here.
We also tried adding the scarabs for maps to kinda even more sustain them, I guess. And I think that was actually a pretty good idea. Elrion, we want him ranked up, but I also kinda want him out of there if it's possible. I guess gonna rank him up for now. Taku moves to research. No. Morichi, what do you want to do? You already max rank. Let's let him go first. Actually, maybe it was better to... no, that's terrible. But it's kind of weird. If your atlas is completed quite a bit, then you, even if you're not alking maps, you're still gonna drop enough maps to sustain, I think. We'll see like how many maps we actually drop from running 24 white maps, and we'll see if we are actually sustaining or not. But I think it's definitely worth alking if you're gonna clear the whole thing. If you're not gonna clear the whole thing, you're just gonna grab the seeds and exit it, then it's probably not worth alking, since you're not getting anything from there. Since the alk is not affecting the growth as far as I can tell. So you're not getting more seeds by alking. That would be nice if it was like that, but it's not. I think that's all.
Let me tell your future.
For me, the most like currency that I make is actually from flipping items, not actually running maps. But I kind of want to test this out for myself. We did make probably upwards of 150 exalts from just flipping items, and maybe even more. And I think that this season I played a least of maps than in any other season. I was just like crafting stuff in hideout and not farming at all. I was just sitting in hideout.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
That's a good map to buy in bulk. Find the cheapest one. I'll show you how to do that as soon as I clear this map. But in general, you check the POE Ninja and then look for bulk on the trade website. It's easy. There's an option on POE Ninja that doesn't work. I don't know, or I don't get it how it works. To find a seller that has different maps, so basically someone that has like you pick few tier 10 plus maps and you find one guy who has a lot of like different ones, and you ask him, hey dude, can you sell me various tier 10 maps, any that you can pick up from your stash, and sell them in bulk to me. But that doesn't work. Maybe you can try buying them on Forbidden Trove Discord server and ask for somebody to sell that to you, like look for that. But I don't think you will have any luck. It's just like best buying them on the trade website and looking for the cheapest ones in bulk. You can select all, for instance, all tier 10 maps in the bulk section of the trade website and see which ones are the cheapest. So here's the deal. yeah, this is like the profit breakdown. We're kind of finishing it today. This is like from juicing up maps. We made 700 profit from running 24 maps. Alkin Go made us 417, and we'll see like today how much we make. Though it's kind of influenced by run. I mean, I tried to exclude as many like GG drops, though we didn't have that many to begin with, but I tried to exclude as many RNG stuff as possible. So, what you would do, you would go to maps on POE Ninja, you would select normal. You don't want blighted maps. You would select T10 maps, for instance, and you can see that the most expensive is kind of wasted pool. You reverse that, and you can see that temple maps, desert, vault, toxic sewer is actually like you would buy temple maps probably because those are the cheapest in bulk. So you go like temple map here is 1 chaos, but you wanna look for that in bulk section. Select temple maps. Find T10 map, temple map. You can also select like all of them if you want it like that, but this one is the cheapest. And look for the minimum stack size, so you don't buy like 1 map at a time, maybe 10 maps. That would go up to 3 kills, so there are not too many people selling them in bulk. So what I would actually recommend and how would I approach this, I would just select all of them. Takes a bit of time. Select all the T10 maps, maybe even select all the like T11, up to T16, like select all the maps T10 plus and look for the cheapest one that's that can be bought in stacks of let's say 20 at least. So it's gonna have a bit hard time to kind of calculate this because we selected a whole bunch of stuff. But as you can see, like if you buy in bulk, you can buy a cells map for 3 kills a pop. Maybe you can even like see if somebody's selling full inventory of maps, so you just do 1 trade and be done with it. But it's probably gonna cost you 4 kills because it's more. But definitely like that. I would actually go and select like everything if it's possible, but you have to click everything. That is gonna take some time to do. It's probably gonna confuse the heck out of the website. You can actually calculate all of that and give you the like lowest value there. Maybe lower this to half of inventory worth of maps, and it's gonna go berserk a bit. So you can see that you can buy. This guy has 53 core maps for 3 kills a pop. I think that's a pretty good price. And you just buy any maps. You say like I want to buy only for 2-3 kills a pop, and each run should net you at least like 15 kills worth of seeds. So you're basically making somewhere in between like 10-12 kills per just going in, picking up seeds and exiting the map. So technically this is gonna give you 10 kills every time you go in and pick up the seeds, at least 10 kills, excluding like the map price, if you don't gonna fully clear them. So I think it's pretty okay. Did we clear this? I think we did. Yeah, we did. So you can definitely make a ton of currency that way. Really, really easily. It is just that it's boring. that's the only thing. It's boring. It's boring as hell. And you're never gonna level up your character. And you have to optimize for just running really fast. This means you're gonna run movement skills. Try to run like, I don't know, withering step, phase run, level up raider because it has a lot of movement skills. I mean, movement speed, not movement skills. For instance, my Cyclone is probably not the fastest build to do that. I mean, it still kind of goes pretty fast, but it's nowhere near as fast as it should go. That's why I'm actually fully clearing maps, because I also want to level up the character, and I don't think it's fun to leave maps uncleared. We'll just grab seeds. Seems like a boring way to do things. But technically, for just, I would say you can find the seeds in like 20 seconds, probably to half a minute. You're gonna make 10 kills, so you're gonna be making, if you can like run that without any breaks and just entering, popping in next map and so on, would practically make 20 kills per minute. Making, so, let's say, you don't have calculator? I don't have calculator. That's a big calculator. So we say like 20 times 60 would make 12,000 kills per hour if you're not making any breaks. And how much is the exalt today? The exalt today is 155, so divided by 155, that makes it 7x per hour, dude. Probably, maybe less. Even if it's like 5x per hour, let's say 6. I think 6 is realistic. And you play for 5 hours a day, that's like 30x. But it's boring. And let's grab the rest of the maps. And it's probably just gonna work this season. The next season you cannot do that. Or 155? Ah, don't like go that much into like detail. 155. We kinda calculated close enough. Like, that's a rough estimation. You would probably have to do that for yourself to actually see how much you are actually making. Also, you would have to count in the time to actually sell those seeds and sort them out, because definitely sort them out, because some seeds are worth more currency than others. Like the speed seeds are way more expensive than other ones, so if you do not sort them out, you probably are losing a lot of currency. But you can sell in bulk on Forbidden Trove Discord server. You can go there and say, I want to sell 10,000 seeds, and you're gonna sell them in a minute. There are a lot of people farming crafts to perfect the gear, especially like those guys on Forbidden Trove are crafters. I mean, the whole server is for that, and they have been crafting items for standard for a really long time, and have like some items that are meant to be mirrored, so they probably want to perfect all the gear they want to bring in the standard, because they don't know if the league is gonna, if this league mechanic is going away or not. So they probably want to make a lot of cool gear, and a lot of them will probably buy those seeds of you. So I don't think any amount of seeds you try to sell, you're gonna sell them. It's not gonna be a problem to sell them. So you can definitely try that out if you wanna make a ton of currency. What I'm doing today is probably not the best way of making currency. Like just juicing, not juicing, alking go. Like there are better ways of making currency, for sure, in this league. If you kind of know what you're doing, you might be able to craft some items for sale. There are some interesting, like, easy things to craft. You can check Path of Matt. He has a lot of videos on that topic. But you can try crafting jewels, because they don't have item level requirements, so you can just, without having any build basically, You can do this on any character, like you don't need any build for this. You just go into... We did this in the beginning of the season a bit. Go into Act 10, what is the name of the zone? Quarry. So go in Quarry, Act 10, and just farm the Quarry seeds, and you can use them to craft the jewels, because they don't require item level. A delve is always worth it if you know how to do it. Delve... there's always a need for seeds, especially the higher tier, not seeds but fossils. The higher tier fossils are always good. Remember, we should become neutral. Are they hating each other at the moment? I think they are. They are hating each other, so we want to let that continue. The thing with the delve, you need to be really far down in the mine to actually drop really interesting fossils that are worth more money, like sanctified fossils for lucky rolls, or fractured fossils for doing the duplicating the maps, which are 2.5x per pop, maybe even more, because they are really popular and they don't drop anywhere else. So basically, if you can go that far down in delve, you're probably gonna make a lot of profit. However, if you just like farming the upper part of the delve, I don't think so. I'm not sure, like, as far as you can go. I mean, as far as your build can push it. I'm not sure, like, on what level do sanctified fossils drop. We can check that. I think something is hitting me. Yes, it is. Go away. Let's just interrogate this stuff in a second.
On, do it.
Actually moves to research. Chimera.
I just can't.
We probably want to do...
Go on, do it. You're no, not again.
For the max rank, they're both max rank, so just like execute one, and the other one might give us something more. Where are these mobs coming from? Ashling moves to research. You just fight and Ashling become neutral. They are hating each other, so I don't want that to happen. We're getting good options there. So... Sanctify. That's not how you type that. Sanctified fossils. And kinda terrible at typing. So sanctified fossils, let me see. Does it say like when they start to drop? It's sometimes sold by Nico. Drop from the following biomes: petrified forest, only behind the fractured wall, and frozen hollows. So in these two regions you can drop them. What about fractured fossil? Fractured fossil. That's like mirroring the... kinda mirroring the item. It's not like a mirror calendar, it's a bit weird. I thought it would say like on what the depth they start to drop. Let's search for that. Depth. So that you can only get them from those rooms at 700 plus, they start becoming really common. Okay, so you have to go 700 plus if you want to drop those like expensive fossils. And you also have to know how to delve efficiently, like not to... There are like various ways to delve, but the most efficient one is to just like check the corridors while you're delving, so you don't go back too many times.
Death is not the
I just can't bring myself
But
to
it's
care.
definitely not the season for delving. I
death for
mean,
me.
you have better ways of making currency. I guess I'm gonna execute Vorici first. Because Chimera might give me Chimera moves to transform moves. Like, they're not giving me much of a good choice there. And you need a build that's good for delving, that's also... You need some build that has a lot of regen, so you can stand in darkness for prolonged time. So you don't have to pop too many flares, so you can delve a bit further in the darkness. I think we spawned a Conqueror, yes we did.
Let me tell you.
I delved a lot a few seasons ago. Last season we delved to 500 I think, which is not a lot. Near the end of the season. You have to learn the Syndicate? Yes, that is a nice thing to know for extra currency. I recommend using a cheat sheet to learn what is good. It's really not that hard to learn it. I'm using the Trade Companion, so this thing, and it has a cheat sheet. So Trade Companion, POE Trade Companion. So this thing. If you right click on the tray icon, it's gonna pop the cheat sheet. Anyways, like that's what I'm using. And if I do that, it's gonna give me, I mean it's on other screen, but on the tray icon, right click, link a sheet, betrayal. So it pops this thing over everything, over your game. If your game is in the windowed mode, that is, if it's on full screen wouldn't work. And it gives you like all the syndicate members and what they give in each house. So if you want to interrogate somebody, you take a look at like what they're giving. They're also color coded, so you know like which members are good. You can see Chimera is good, Edith Fled, Janus, Jordan, Tora, Vegan and Vorici are kind of good choices, though I would say like the Hillock, even though it's not highlighted, it's pretty good, especially this season. But the things that people usually farm is Edith Fled in research, so you just look at here, research, Edith Fled, because you can upgrade breach stones. That is pretty good. The other one is Vorici in research for white sockets. And in intervention you can get intervention drops scarabs mostly, so you can, let's see, somebody wants to buy something, yes, invite to party. I'll just get back to the explanation in a second. Let me just see like what I sold. Split personality, okay, hopefully he doesn't dump a lot of chaos on me. We just dump this stuff in here so that doesn't happen. Okay, he won't. Sometimes people pay in chaos and then you have to have an empty space to actually get that. There we go. So we'll get to the explanation of the betrayal. Let me pop the thing. So yeah, you pick, for instance, I picked Vorici and Edith Fled in research, and I'm mostly like juggling anyone who seems okay in intervention. And I'm not running fortification or transportation, that's like my strat. And that's like the kind of really common strat that people are using for the betrayal. So the idea is to have as many relationships between members that you want to like spawn. For instance, I want Edith Fled and Vorici. As you can see, like Edith Fled is hated by almost everyone. That way, if somebody spawns like Edith Fled will want to also run in there because they have rivalries between them, or they're like have relationships. So build as many relationships between the syndicate member that you want to run and the other members that are in transportation and fortification. For instance, if you don't run those two houses, you just build as many relationships, and then you grab when they spawn, you're mostly looking for getting some intelligence for research and intervention. It's kind of oversimplifying things, but it is a bit more complicated, obviously. Still, I would say it's not as hard as you might think once you figure it out. And it's definitely worth running. It's not like the most profitable thing in the world. I already did almost all of them. I did all of them. The Edith Fled, if it's on max rank in research, will allow you to upgrade the 2 Chayula Bridgestones. I mean, you can upgrade other ones, but Chayulas are kind of the best, which will net you at the moment. I think it's maybe 80 kills per pop, so you would get an exalt from that. In the beginning of the season was a bit more. If you had Edith Fled in research, farming her in the beginning of the season is more profitable. Now it's not so much. And definitely some scarabs like Nico scarabs and other ones, Legion scarabs, depending like which one is kind of most popular. You can always check that up on POE Ninja and decide which one you want to run. So you check that you have POE Ninja open, you check the scarabs and see, for instance, that actually like not these first ones, but the most unique items one is kind of the most expensive. Harbingers and Sulfite. I'm kind of trying to run Sulfite, but I could do Reliquary or Harbingers, and you just check like you're usually best off running 2 or 3 in intervention, not more than that, because it's really hard to rank up more than that many like members. So you would run Reliquary, Harbinger or Sulfite. So you check the cheat sheet and decide like which one you want to run. So Reliquary, do we even have that? Like Sulfite Scarab is Chimera, Brandus, Bestiary, Elder, Torment, Harbinger. So you would run Tora. You would run Tora and Chimera. I think those would be the best choices, since the Reliquary Scarabs do not drop from the Syndicate. So you would run Tora and Chimera in an intervention. So you kind of figure out that way. So you just check like what is the most expensive scarab. There it is. I'm gonna run that, and that's how you do that. We opened the cells already. Okay, just kill the Conqueror. But in general, all of that is like an extra profit. It's good, but it's not gonna be like the most amazing thing in the world. If you learn how to do Legion, it's not gonna make you hundreds upon hundreds of exalts per season. It's just an extra profit. So you have to do other stuff, like learn the temple, which I usually don't do that well. Use everything that you can for making additional currency. Is that? That's nothing. Might actually exit to fill up my flask, because this guy is kind of a bit annoying, since I don't have mana. I cannot run my Cyclone without mana. I need mana, so it is a bit annoying. I'm gonna fill up my flasks before I run him.
To catch my breath.
I shall cast you into a pit of infinite torches.
There is a radically scarab on the cheat sheet. Did I miss it? Let me just finish the fight. I'll pop it up open again. I cannot during the fight, obviously. But maybe I kinda didn't see it there. Okay, this guy is fairly annoying to me because he can't use any skills. If I touch those things and degens, everything. He's gonna pop the... maybe not. He is gonna do that. And he's standing in it. It's again, degen. Annoying. Because we don't have zero cost cyclone. We can do it. We're gonna lose some damage if we do it. I can get zero cost cyclone if I remove one of the skill gems and make it a 5-link. Way too lazy to do that. Let's say this eye level 84 is probably worthless. Yes, it is. I'm just gonna drop it on the ground. I'm not even gonna bring it back home. Let's see. What did we miss through betrayal? But there is regularly on the cheat sheet, the bottom left. Oh, there is. It's Elrion. Dude, it's Elrion! Thanks, I didn't see it. I usually don't look at Elrion because he's grayed out. Yeah, apparently, I don't know why they are actually expensive. Unique items drops. I don't think that's kind of good. Maybe it is. Maybe if you run Nemesis and you can pop as many headhunters, try to get those. Maybe that's why people are running them. But I guess I would run Elrion and what did we say? The other one is good. We said that either Sulfite, Reliquary, or Harbinger. Harbinger is Tora, so Elrion, Tora, or Chimera. I think that's kind of what would be kind of best. Elrion for Reliquary, Sulfite, and Tora for Harbinger. And I don't have to think about it anymore. I know like what I want to run. I'm probably gonna run Elrion and Chimera, and if I can get Tora in there, it's gonna be fine. So that's kind of how you decide that.
Glad you made it back.
We spawned Cyrus. I don't want to do him yet because we want to finish the challenge. We need another like 4 maps, I think, to finish. And I also want to craft some items, and I don't want to die, because I'm gonna die. Yeah, because I don't have Blade Flask, and I don't want to get it, because I'm gonna get immunity to all ailments pretty soon. So just gonna finish the challenge and run these 4 maps. And ignore Cyrus for now.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
I'm really interested like what's gonna be the profit. The interesting like thing, the profit per hour was kind of pretty similar because I was kind of doing some other stuff, explaining things yesterday. Actually, yeah, we did yesterday, day before yesterday. The profit per hour for me is kind of not moving from that 140, 150 C per hour. It's just like I'm not running the maps as fast enough. If you had like that speedy boy, I know like what profit per hour would be if you're just farming seeds. That would be crazy to see. You're getting some like crazy latency or something. I don't know. It's popping. But honestly, like, farming it like that, I don't think it's enjoyable to just run, hit walls with a lot of speed and just pick up seeds. Like, you're not playing the game. Like, it's not that. It's not fun. But I'm pretty sure you could, like, gear up any character in a few days. You can get Cat Hunter in a day or two that way. If that is your goal, you can do it really fast. This song is way too kinda... I don't know, I don't like it. Let's just play another one. Hunter Stygian for 20 kills, that is pretty nice. Forget that. Probably not. It's probably 20x, not 20 kills. They're definitely lagging. I don't think it's my internet since the stream seems to be fine. So it's POE. You should have like a really large spike there. I mean, this build is intensive on the servers and GPU on and everything because it's costing a whole bunch of crap.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Okay, we done. I don't think we have Alva Temple. Yeah. This must be a worst temple in the world. All the rooms are tier 1, so we're just gonna waste it. What does Zana? Oh, yeah, there we have Cyrus. I was thinking, like, what does Zana want? Yeah, she wants us to go to Cyrus. I just can't wait to finish the project to see like what is the income. The thing is gonna be like really close to Alchemgo in terms of profit. It's weird. Since Alchemgo was at least like 50 quantity, there's like no quantity at all. It's still okay. Weird. That's the only reason that works this season is because of the seeds. Any other season, like not talking your map would probably be the worst idea in the world. And my friend like told me he ran like that kind of stuff. He didn't alch his maps in the high tier content. So he wanted to level up. He didn't want to die from something or like that. You just run white maps, tier 14, and he could still like sustain tier 14, 15, so on and so forth, without any problem. It's like, okay, I didn't even get like less profit doing that. I don't think that's kind of true. I'm getting some weird pops with my dash. What I learned from the previous season is you start the incursion, press V, then check what you want to do. Contain chestful items. Okay, we're gonna upgrade it. If you're kind of looking what you want to do before you enter, you might get killed by something, and we have 9 seconds, cannot be damaged when we enter the temple. Jewelry, timeless monolith, jewelry, timeless, both of them are crap. Doesn't matter. Probably timeless monolith is better, but anyway, I'm just looking for some good rooms. If we don't get rooms, I'm not even gonna run the temple. I don't know if somebody has some inside knowledge that I don't know how to manipulate the rooms, but as far as I can tell, you cannot. It's a bit RNG. I was looking at that online, but it doesn't seem to be like there is any way to kind of manipulate them to always get the room that you want, like you can do with Syndicate, and it's kind of why I don't really like Alva at all, since it's just RNG nonsense. Too much lag spiked. It's not that the worst thing in the world, but it doesn't feel nice. We're probably not gonna get there. I think we opened the one up here. We didn't. There we go. That one is kind of important to open, so you can proceed further up the temple and sideways. The ones that are pointing downwards, you probably don't want to bother with. If there's like nothing else to open, then it's kind of fine, but you can just ignore them. We killed the boss. And the last map, Exiles. We got to the last map. Our net worth is 400C. I think it's gonna be a bit more once I dump these seeds that I have here. I think Alkin Gale was around 500? But we're mostly interested if there's a difference in terms of seeds.
Ready to revisit the past?
Chest full of items, like both of them are trash. In general, like these ones that seem like completely useless, that buff up monsters throughout the temple, are actually good, because the monsters also drop more loot if they're buffed up, and the boss drops better stuff too. So that's why you would use the like guard houses and things like that. Probably gonna mess this up. Here we are.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Good job.
This way. You always want gems because that can be upgraded to the Riani's Institute, where you can sacrifice a gem to get 21, 23 if you can get the room up to level 3, that is. If you don't get it to level 3, you're just gonna drop some gems. You might get lucky and drop something good, but in general, like, if it's not level 3, then it's not good. I think that's the only way to get 21, 23s. Or 21 wall gem. That's also what you can get. Okay, I think we are actually done with the maps. So let's dump this stuff in here and see what we have. You're gonna have to wait for it to update. We also have this to sell. I think that's the only thing.
Hello.
Sorry, let's pop the excellence next. I'm gonna actually delete the snapshot and refetch it. I don't think it's that much. We probably need to wait a bit for the thing. While we wait, let's see like what we're gonna craft. So we're gonna wait like a minute or two for that to update, then we're gonna populate the Excel sheet that we have. We're just gonna make another one here, and we're just gonna be like normal. Yeah, I can do actually that. I can like mess around. Actually, I should have. Wait a second. I'm gonna delete this one. I'm just gonna duplicate this. Duplicate. And we're just gonna rename that one to normal. And then we can remove the cost of alks and scours. So we're just gonna delete shift, not shift left, but shift up. Shift up. There we go. Right, there's like no need for this since we don't have total. That's total, I mean. We're not like cutting anything, so it's just like 24 beach maps. If you manage to buy them for 6, I bought them for 8. So I'm just gonna delete even this. Delete cells, shift up. There we go. This is we need to add this stuff later on. Just gonna delete this for now, so it doesn't have data at the moment. We're gonna delete this stuff, clean it up. There we go. And we're gonna close this because we don't need it anymore, and hopefully it should update by now. Fetch. Okay, that is the latest. In terms of seeds, that's actually quite less. That is interesting. Let's see, I'll just check like total value because that is like how many you have. We did actually drop a lot of seeds, but I think we didn't have any luck with them. Since we don't have any like expensive ones that are speed seeds and things like that. Maybe it's actually affected because alking a map actually adds also a rarity of items. So maybe it increases the rarity of seeds that are gonna drop. Like it doesn't increase the amount that are gonna drop, but I think with both tests we did drop some speed seeds when the maps were alked. So if we have like some map that is rare, we should have some rare map. So if we ID it, you get item quantity and item rarity. So maybe it's rarity that actually affects like which seed drops. Not like the amount of seeds, but which ones do drop. So because we in the previous test, take a look at like seeds. We dropped 3 speed seeds with Alk and Go. We also dropped. Let me see. We dropped 2 Torn Weaver seeds. So, and we didn't drop any. Like, I would be kind of fine if we dropped 1. I would say like it's kind of okay. But still, this is kind of all the seeds that we dropped here. That is kind of interesting. I think we definitely dropped more seeds with alked maps. We are going to have to calculate that because I'm really interested in that now. So let's just pop in all the data. So seeds is 180. I don't need that seed there. 183. So seeds 183, 184. Let's just say 184. And maps. Maps are probably actually just maps. This is absolutely terrible for sustain. We just have like 78C for maps. That is absolutely terrible with not alking your map. There we go. Why is that being huge? Like what is going on there? Maybe it's pasting the formatting. It's probably pasting the formatting. Yeah, because I didn't do Control Shift V. I did just Control V, so it copied the formatting probably. And everything is this amount. So profit is this. Come on. And we're just gonna do like other is going to be equals this plus this. If I can find the bracket, 0 minus. So that's the other. So we earned in seeds 184. We turned 78 in maps, and the other is 159. So it is by far terrible, I would say. So we learned the lesson: alk your maps. I don't know if it's like good not to alk them if you're just gonna go for the seeds. Maybe I would say maybe. Actually, well, let me get the stash tab. So let's just get the screenshots because I'll need that later on for the video. Just make this smaller as far as it wants to go. Make it tall. And just gonna get that screenshot, I guess. Let's pop Sherix, I don't know, it's called. Makes it really convenient to take screenshots of the things that you want, not just like full screenshot. So I think that's kind of fine. There we go. That is the most valuable. Let's just do the seeds. Seeds. That's all the seeds that we dropped. Just gonna do it like this. Oop. Seeds. Wait a second, I screwed up something. Seeds, maps. Let's do maps. Maps are absolutely terrible. So if you want to sustain maps, definitely Alkin go. Or even better, add a scarab for maps. That was pretty profitable. Just rusted scarab for maps netted me a lot of maps. So maps. And we're just gonna delete all of these rows, make it pretty. There we go. We have everything. So I'm really interested in how many seeds did we get. So we're just gonna add them up, all of them, because we have actually I should this is quantity in this row here. So we have equals 88 plus 49 plus 53 plus 43 plus 28 plus 28 plus 26 plus 33 plus 15 plus 14. If I mistype something, please tell me. Plus 8 plus 6 plus 2. 390. We should actually move that. Let me see. Can I? Let's move it here and make it big. So we dropped 393 seeds. Let's go to Alkin Go. Let's add everything up. Just do it here straight away. So equals 104 plus 96 plus 80 plus 56 plus 2 plus 45 plus 38 plus 34 plus 30 plus 26 plus 19 plus 17 plus 4. 551. I think that's 24. And our meat juice, having like a bit more juice than everything else. This was 70 plus quantity. It's gonna be, let's see, equals 99 plus 3 plus 79 plus 63 plus 44 plus 37 plus 69 plus 44 plus 46 plus 18 plus 31 plus 16 plus 8 plus 2. That's gonna be pretty comparable to Alkin Go. Bit more, 559, 551. So that is like pretty comparable, because it's not like the additional juice, which is like scarabs and sextons, add monster pack that do not add quantity. The quantity is being added by the map rolled by alking it. So I would say that the best way to actually drop the seeds is not like to run the white maps. I mean, it's probably most profitable per hour if you have like really fast character, but you're gonna be wasting maps for no like good reason. I would say like run the highest tier possible, We're gonna try that probably once I update the build a bit. Highest tier possible, so T16, and add as much quantity as possible and rarity. That way we drop better seeds and we drop more seeds. So apparently like quantity definitely works. Since we didn't drop, like look at this, 393. I mean, we didn't have like a big, maybe we were lucky. It's just 24 maps. If you run 100 maps, that would be a better representation. But we need to run more maps to actually test that. We can. I mean, we're gonna, for the future videos and future streams, we're always gonna be tracking everything, so that way we know like what we are doing, and even like get to the conclusion if it's profitable or not. Just running maps without any if you just all can go and run random maps, you never know like how much currency you're making. This way you can like make a test bench and figure out what is profitable and what isn't. So juicing up maps definitely works. We definitely make the most profit. I think we actually calculated here. So the profit here was 713. Here was with Alkin Go was 417, and with the white maps we didn't actually calculate it yet, because we're gonna take this average number and we're gonna say equals this number minus the cost of maps. So our actual profit was 253, making the Alkin Go double, making the juice up almost double. So just running the scarabs that are cheap and running the sextons that are cheap will add definitely to value of your maps. Like look at this, like the profit in maps is kind of crazy. We're just adding a rusted cartographer scarab, which is 0.5 chaos to buy. It's like dirt cheap to run it. And adding additional monsters probably helped too with drops of maps, especially in combination with the scarab for maps. So we definitely got a lot of maps for sustain and for selling them if you don't want to run them. Here we just got like 160 maps without, we just alk, and you get more quantity, so you drop more maps. And if you run them normal, you definitely, you can sustain, that's for sure. We dropped 78 maps and we run 24 maps, so you're definitely over sustaining in terms of how many maps you dropped. But you can definitely sell maps. If you just all can go, you're gonna have more maps than you need, for sure. Just like running 24 maps, you get 160 maps with the fully completed atlas, that is. And if you are running a scarab for maps, which is, like I said, like 0.6 chaos, you get 274 maps. That's a lot of maps that we can sell. Now the next thing that we're gonna try out is running, like that's gonna be the next test when I update the build, because I think it's gonna be pretty juicy, and it's gonna require a bit better gear to survive. So we're gonna try to drop item bases. So we're gonna try to ornate quiver, hunter influence 13. That's probably not like true. Like what the hell is that? Ornate quiver. Apparently they are. Oh, those are one with a socket. Yeah, maybe. But is it really like that expensive? What about like without hunter influence? It's actually like exactly 84. Yeah, well, ornate quivers, the base price is kind of crazy. But why would it be 10x? I mean, you can slap the hunter influence on top of it. I don't know. I don't know like what's going on with that base. But the bases that I want to try to farm is opal rings, because they are 3x as a shaper 86+. So we kind of go on wiki for opal rings. we can see all the maps that actually drop them. So Iceberg map drops that, but Iceberg map is kind of low tier. It's tier 15, and the T16 map here, Tropical Island, is low level. Crater maybe is. Promenade definitely is. Maybe Estuary? Anyone knows like which maps are tier 16 here? I would have to check that, but I kind of don't want to open all of them. Wall Temple definitely is, but Wall Temple is the crappiest map in the history of Path of Exile. I absolutely hate that map. Iceberg map is really good, but it's T15 and item level, that map level is 82. So we would need to run 4 ivory watchstones to get to item level 86. Which is kinda okay. I mean, it's a pretty good map. It drops 2-tone boots and steel rings. And crystal belt. So it drops like... it doesn't drop opal rings? Dude, you lied to me. You said that it drops opal rings. It doesn't. Dude. Like, it's not being updated properly. This one drops just like opal rings and finger seal gloves and a whole bunch of cards. And Vanguard belts, which are... we don't really want to drop them. Estuary. Estuary is T16. That is good. It drops steel rings and bone helmets. It doesn't drop the opal rings. What if we search like here? Opal ring. Maybe it's gonna list the maps that drop them. Oh, item acquisition. So it says like here, not like this acquisition. This is probably like not being updated. So we can drop them in these areas. Crater, dig, grotto, malformation, mineral pools, overgrown shrine, promenades. So just open all of them and see what else they drop and what tier they are. If they are actually dropping that. So Crater, it does drop opal rings. Fingers, and we did check the Crater and it is tier 14. So that wouldn't really work out for us. This one is tier 16, as you can see. It does drop opal rings, drops marble amulets, which are pretty good, and a whole bunch of div cards. So dig map would work. Let's see, grotto, T15. It wouldn't really work. It can work, like T15 can work, but you need to add another 40 kills to the map, I think, to actually be able to bring it to item level 86. Opal rings of tier 15. Maybe like you have to also check like some cards that might be pretty good to also farm. Mineral pools are tier 14, that's not gonna work. Overgrown shrines, there are tier 16, and we have some snipe. We don't want this on top of everything because we cannot see like the invite there. It does drop, it's T16, so it does drop belts, fingers, this one is also good as a shaper influence. It's not as expensive, but it's good, and does drop opal rings, so it's kind of okay. This one is T15. Promenade is definitely, I think, T16, and it does drop opal rings. It's kind of similar drop to the other one, and it's pretty good layout to run in general. Shrine map is T15. Does drop 2 good bases, though marble amulets are not as popular at the moment, but is a good base. T15, T14, and Vault Temple we don't care. So what we run is either Promenade, Dig, or Overgrown Shrine. So I would run, because let's see, marble amulet, is that like good as a shaper base? Marble amulet, that is pretty okay. I mean, it's 2.3x, 1.8 if it's 86, if it's like lower tiers, actually better, which is a bit weird. Opal rings, let's see if they're like lower tier, if they're, we can, so even if they drop an item level 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, we're gonna sell them. It's kind of fine. We don't actually have to force the level of the zone, so so it's kind of okay if it's not like with added ivory washstones, but we do want, let's see, fingerless gloves. Actually, what we said we're gonna run promenade. I think I want to run promenade or dig. You just like have two. Marble amulet is if it's shaper 84, 83, 80. Let's do shaper. Let me see. More, okay, shaper. If it drops with 86 plus, it's gonna be 1.8. 82 is kind of the worst. 85 is so 83, 84 is kind of good. If it drops these two, is kind of not as good. We can definitely farm. What do we say? Dig for marble and opal rings, marble amulets, opal rings. So you just farm this map with the scarab for shaper items. So you just grab the scarabs. So shaper gilded scarabs are 2 chaos a pop, polished are 0.5 and rusted are 0.5. That's kind of interesting. So we run just gilded scarabs to get 90% more shaper items found in the area, and the area itself can drop opal rings, so we have a greater chance of dropping opal ring that gets shaper influence. So we just force that and we see if we can drop those, and if we drop them they are 3x a pop, so 2 chaos to juice, 3x drop. That would be interesting if that works as I think it works, but I never tried that out. This is like the first time I actually got that idea, so we'll see. Anyways, that is the idea for the next video. We do that, we do shaper, we do cartographers, we do like gilded, we're gonna juice it up fully, cartographers, we do maybe legion or something that is not expensive. So we kind of pop it like this and run like the first gilded scarab. Parandus is like 2 chaos, legion is 4, legion is a bit more expensive. Metamorphs maybe, I think metamorphs is kind of crap. Strong boxes are really nice. Gilded legion scarabs, they are pretty reapy, I think. But yeah, we can try that. That is the idea. It's gonna be pretty interesting. But this test is like proven what I wanted to prove. If you add juice, you get more stuff. It's definitely true. Even for the seeds, all can go. Kinda, that's kind of similar. Though I think we actually got the more expensive seeds this way. And since you can see that here we got 306. Here was. It's comparable, to be honest, but we definitely made more profit. Even if it's not like in seeds, we made more profit in maps, so it's definitely worth doing that. What is this? We just I did one map there. Let's see if this didn't update or something. 401. Let me see if that's correct, because we did wait a bit. 421. Actually, we pulled out one map from there. And maybe like calculated something. So let's clean this up. Seeds. Just grab that. Since we're done with the project. Pick up the seeds. We do have quite a bit seeds to actually run now. Maps. Obviously kinda didn't sell anything from here, because I might actually run those maps. But if I wanted to make a profit, I would probably sell them. Especially the ones that are in bulk, which I think it's iceberg. for tier 15. That should be icebergs. I could probably like pop, since there are 6 kills per if you're buying one. However, if you're buying like 20 of them, then it's 7 kills per pop, maybe even more. We did like offset a lot of it by dropping a lot of scarabs. We would have made even less profit, but we popped one delirium that had a lot of scarabs. So the running normal maps is not a good idea. Maybe if you just like run the go in and pick up the seeds, but other than that, don't like run normal maps. Always juice. Let's do cards. Maybe oils next. Essences. We are picking fragments actually. Okay, and let's just grab the rest of the currency. Are we? We don't have one key yet. For all the league, I didn't get one key for the simulacrum. And let's grab everything else. Okay, clean that up. I was just dumping everything in here and not even like checking what it is. If it sells, it sells. I'm kinda lazy at the moment. We have a few of incubators that we weren't running because we didn't want to influence the things. I'm definitely gonna run them. I'm thinking like running Scarab Incubator is probably like really good idea. If you run on all of your gear, that's 10 Scarabs every drops after killing 8,000 monsters. It's almost 9,000 monsters. That's not a lot. They're gonna drop a lot. So you just run like a whole bunch of Scarabs. Welcome, Quicksilver. We just finished the experiment. You just got for the end of it. We are still playing. I mean, the stream is going, but we finished the experiment. The results are, well, juice up your maps. And that's all I'm gonna say. Like, buy cheapest Scarabs, buy cheapest Sextants, and just throw everything at it. The conclusion is you don't get more seeds if you... Obviously, this adds monsters, doesn't add like quantity, but looks like the quantity definitely affects seeds because we didn't drop as many seeds in just running white maps. We did white maps test and we dropped like 393 seeds. For Alkengo we dropped 551. For Juice stuff we dropped 559. So this is like pretty comparable for these two, and this might be... I don't have like the greatest... if we run like 100 maps, then I would say it's definitely true. But for 24, maybe it's too little of how do you call it? Sample size. So maybe it's not like the best.
Hello. Fate will find.
So I would say probably like juice things up. It was 70. And we have a new test that we're gonna run once we update the build a bit. This is gonna be probably really profitable, and I don't think anyone is doing it that much. Dude, thank you. That is pretty good. Today I bought one thing that was, dude sold me split personality that was worth 1.7x for 5 chaos, and I felt really bad, so I actually went back and gave him more money because it was really, like, I felt really bad getting item that's worth 1.7x for 5 chaos. May I ask you something about Melee Necro Herald of Purity build? I don't know what that is. That sounds interesting. It's Herald. Oh, it's Herald of Purity. Okay, that's like the guy. You kinda when you hit things, you spawn Herald sentries or something like that. I never played that. It seems like interesting thing to do. Grant's Herald of Ice skill, probably, like, doesn't matter. Like, yeah. It's easy question. Shoot then. I kinda don't wanna give, like, advice on a build that I never played. That's why I am hesitant about when somebody asks me about a build that I don't have a clue. I never played Necro in my life. So yeah. But yeah, shoot. 84 without any stats, we don't care how much is worth. It's worth 2.3, and yeah, 2.3. Let's do 2.4. It's probably gonna sell 2.4. There we go. So we cleaned up everything. The next order of business is getting a better helmet, better chest, and better shield. I know these ones are expensive, but they are not good. They don't give me enough energy shield. I never stooped out to getting a lot of ES here. I have the ES energy from within. Like, look at how much skill points I wasted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dude, like, that's crazy waste of skill points because I don't have enough ES. And what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to get additional curse here by getting just like 4 points there, and also get me curse effect. And I'm going to remove the Explo, like sell this thing because it's pretty expensive, and get 800 ES on a chest and be done with it, because 800, like, that's double ES there. When I use Cyclone, the speed of my character is low based on the build, and only when I use potions. How can I increase the movement speed faster? The Cyclone slows you down by 30% or 30 movement speed, and let's see what it does. But it does slows you down, so 30% less movement speed. Yeah, it's less movement speed. Like what you have, 30%. You just multiply it by 0.7, and that's your movement speed when you're cycloning. So if I take a look at my movement speed, defense, movement speed, without potions, and just start spinning, I go into -3, which is terrible. When I pop my movement speed flask, it's like 70, which is again terrible. The way to fix it, if you can sacrifice your boots, that is, I can get you to 150 movement speed all the time. There are one boots that give 150 flat movement speed all the time. It cannot be lower than 50, just 150. Just say your movement speed is 150. So you don't need Quicksilver Flask, you don't need Onslaught Flask, you don't need Onslaught, you don't need Tailwind, you don't need anything. Just like drop those boots and you're done with it. But I saw your character moving faster. That's probably because I'm using the Alchemist Quicksilver Flask of Adrenaline, which has like increased movement speed here. Additional, I'm using the Onslaught Flask, and when I'm not like attacking, I usually walk around. So you're gonna see me just like stop cycloning and just like walk around if I want to move faster, and I use a lot of the dashes in between. Dash second wind is probably the fastest thing for movement, because it gives you like +1 to uses, and the dash itself has a pretty low cooldown, so every every 1.1 seconds you can cast it. But it's definitely on a slower side. If you want to like get movement speed really easily, you get the assassin's boots. Let me see like how they are called. Unique boots. I don't think I ever used them in a build, but they are like really crazy if you just want movement speed. That would be 150 something. We have to find it. It's worded a bit like weird, so let's try to find them. Your movement speed is 150% of its base value, so it's always 150. If you're not like energy shield variant, if you're on a life-based character, the Stampede boots are probably the way to do it, since they give you get some evasion. Actually, they are evasion energy shield. Sorry, like they give some energy shield, but they are mostly evasion. It does give you travel skills have increased cooldown recovery by 80%, which is like crazy, and your base movement speed is 150. I would even consider using this in maps and swapping to tailwind boots later on for mapping, for like bossing, or some other like. You want probably better stats on boots, but they don't give you any resist, so that is a bit tricky. If you not resist cap, they're gonna be pretty trash. But 150 movement speed, no onslaught, nothing basically. You don't need flasks, you don't need tailwind, you don't need absolutely anything. You get like 2 free flasks if you use these boots. So if you want like a quick fix, you can do that. But I think like my character is moving that fast, to be honest. It is moving kinda okay when I pop both flasks. We just go in some area. So let's see. My movement speed is definitely not gonna be 150, that's for sure. So it's 38 when I pop both flasks. Wow, that's a lot of. It's 143. Start spinning.